Even though it seems like 2025 has been packed with great games to play, there are still some fantastic management games to look forward to that are coming out before the year is over. Hey everyone, Marco here, and today I'll be showcasing 15 great management games still to come in 2025, starting with the first one that pulled me deep into its demo. From the makers of Game Dev Tycoon, Greenheart Games, Tavern Keeper is one of those cozy, chaotic business management sims that caught me off guard with just how fun and enjoyable it is. Due for release sometime this year for PC, what I first thought was just another tavern manager had me pleasantly surprised after playing the demo. You need to build up your tavern by hiring staff, selling food and beer and wine to the fantasy townfolk, and then just trying to make your tavern look as cool as possible. And that's thanks to the sandbox-like building mechanic, so you have free range to place whatever items you want and wherever you want, and I'm pretty sure a Steam workshop will be coming in there soon. Tavern Keeper also comes with the story mode RPG, so you'll come across tons of these little stories to keep the game interesting. I love the graphics, the humor had me chuckle quite a few times, and the demo is still out. So if you're into fantasy worlds, except you're just the person keeping people fed and, well, hydrated, then I urge you to check out Tavern Keeper today. Who of you still remembers the game Black and White? Slapping people while your giant lion walks around? So much fun. But since then we haven't really had a good guard game. Well, hopefully Fata Deum will change all that. Due for early access release on the 15th of September for PC, this game's goal is to get you to mold settlements and townsfolk into your very image. Will it be the next Black and White, Populus, or even Spore? Maybe, as with like those, you're shaping lives, beliefs, and maybe even destiny itself. In the game, you'll need to compete against rival gods, but most of the time, you'll be trying just to control your townsfolk however you seem fit. Will you be a chilled out god and help your people live out their best lives, or will you become some cold-hearted deity that strikes fear into their eyes? Or maybe just somewhere in between. Instead of a creature though, you're this magical wisp that flies around in the world, where on release you'll have a few maps for you to discover. Then you have physics-based destruction to really help shape out your land, but let's be honest, you'll just probably be throwing rocks at people. Fata Deum also lets you build up your cities, letting you manage every aspect of your future creation. It's coming out soon, so definitely add it to your wish list if you're longing for your next god game. For some reason, the Jurassic World games seem to be way more enjoyable than their films these days. Maybe it's just me, but I can't wait for the third installment of the Jurassic World Evolution series. Developed and published by Frontier Developments, the same folks behind Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, and the previous Jurassic World Evolution games, they will once again put you in the manager's chair of running your very own dino park. That'll mean building homes for them, breeding them, and trying to keep them happy as you try to bring in more guests to your park. This time around there will be over 70 dinosaur species for you to breed, manage, and nurture, but they also have their own personalities, like going underwater with those semi-aquatic ones. But there's no shortage of creativity in your park design either. That's because it looks like we'll be getting new creative tools, from epic terrain editing to modular scenery customization. Basically, you'll be able to get your park looking as original as possible, something I always look forward to in these tycoon type games. What's more is that we're also going to have a brand new campaign where you go on a journey across the world, including new locations like Japan that each have their own challenges. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is set for release on October 21st for PC, and to me it looks very cool. I can't wait to play it, and hopefully I don't let a T-Rex go on and eat up all my guests. Now when the term roguelike pops up into a genre, many just keep scrolling, but this roguelike city builder called Super Fantasy Kingdom had enough going for it that it deserves a closer look. Published by Hooded Horse and arriving on PC sometime in September, Super Fantasy Kingdom lets you build up your kingdom all while fighting off hordes of monsters every night. Just like with most roguelikes though, death is always around the corner. You start off with a chosen hero which you can slowly upgrade after each run, and then the game starts and you're off trying to build up your kingdom. It's got the standards, you know, the lumberjack, the stone quarry, houses for your citizens, and a lot more. But that's only half of the game, as the rest happens up top as it sees you hiring new heroes to help hassle the hordes coming your way, starting in the day and going hard at night. These heroes range from magic-wielding mages to wolf-throwing werewolves, so knowing how each of these attack is crucial to keeping your starting hero alive. as if they die, your run is over. At the end of each night, you have to feed these hungry heroes, help level them up, and then just start the next day, which gets harder and harder. Bosses arrive too, but the constant auto battle management and city building makes you constantly feel like you're behind. And honestly, the game is quite challenging despite those cute graphics and cheerful soundtrack. There is a demo out now if you want to test it out, but Super Fantasy Kingdom drops sometime in September for PC and is perfect for fans who love their city building with a side of intense fantasy action. If you're looking for an automation game that is not as intense as Factorio, but still gives you that satisfaction of joining multiple connections and resources, well then Starbirds might just be for you. And if the art style looks familiar, that's because yep, kurz gesagt are making a game. Teaming up with Takuna Interactive, the same folks behind Dorf Romantic, they're delivering a space automation game where you'll guide these little birds across the universe, poking into stellar mysteries much like the channel itself. At its core, it's all about automation though, so think games like Factorio or Dyson Sphere Program, but with these feathery little astronauts. The game splits into campaigns where you'll strip asteroids and cosmic anomalies for resources and then haul them back to your ship. The visuals pop with all these vibrant colors, but soon you'll be wrangling pipes and rockets across asteroid networks to process complex materials. I had a lot of fun with the demo. It's coming soon to early access on PC on the 10th of September, so any day now. So Starbirds is great for newcomers to automation games and for those who want to soak up that kurz gesagt spirit. Now if you've been around my channel, you'll know that I've got a soft spot for city builders, and Town to City instantly grabbed me when its demo dropped a few months ago. I played it during the Steam Next Fest and was surprised at how this voxel style city builder takes a slightly different spin on the genre. At first glance it looks like city skylines with a Minecraft mod, but underneath is a cozy, addicting sandbox adventure. I know some people might not be a fan of those graphics, but you do get used to them very quickly, and it's pretty neat as it creates a cool visual experience with whatever you're looking at, especially with the depth of field effect. The demo did give me a lot of Foundation flashbacks, but with more freedom to sketch out villages however you like. Also, I have to say that organic design is at its core, from roads to decorations and just the overall village layouts. It's just all very natural. But still there is some challenges, and the residents have preferences like lakeside houses, maybe more trees, or other specific upgrades to keep things in your growing town both dynamic and engaging. Then there is the calming music, cheerful backdrops, and a steady upgrade tree to keep progression flowing. It's set for early access release on the 16th of September, so very close now. So if you're looking for a laid-back city builder, Town to City will be for you. But if you want to drop those pixels even further and you want a game with the style of Roller Coaster Tycoon but as a city builder, then Metropolis 1998 will be perfect for you. I've played hours of City Skylines, so I felt right at home here, but here's the thing. You can build individual buildings square by square, room by room, even down to the very furniture and interior wall colors. You can even create multiple stories, so if you enjoy spending hours just building a single multi-floor apartment, you're gonna love it. You obviously don't have to play the whole game like this. There are plenty of plop and go buildings if you want, but the game encourages you to build them yourself and create your own blueprints, which is really helpful. Like with many city builders, you'll then have to check your citizen requirements, so like more residential buildings, more businesses, and so on. The more citizens in your town, the more buildings you get to unlock. Like here, I just got access to the police station and school. It's coming to early access sometime this year for PC, but Metropolis 1998 is perfect for city building fans who just enjoy that retro aesthetic and fine-tuning anything and everything in their growing city. With games like Shapes popping up everywhere, Modulus grabbed my attention earlier this year, and its demo pulled me in with that just one more conveyor belt kind of feel. At its core, Modulus is a chilled out 3D isometric factory builder where you're piecing together shapes that eventually stack into more complicated ones, and then just repeating that loop. But trust me, it's a lot of fun. The low poly look is easy on the eyes, and that background soundtrack is calm without being too forgettable, and the absence of any real stress or failure means that I could play at my own pace. It's a game that leans heavily into Zen energy while still leaving room for creativity, and judging by the Discord community, players are already getting very creative. As with other games in the genre, your progress depends on completing objectives, usually manufacturing the right volume of shapes. But it also seems that money will come into play, so running an efficient production line will actually matter. The demo is out now if you want to test the waters, but the early access release is set for October 22nd on PC. So if you love these kind of Zen-like factory builders, then definitely check out Modulus today. Coming up next, oh look, it's another hooded horse title, and this time around it's a Roman city builder called Nova Roma. Here you're tasked with raising a Roman city from scratch, carefully balancing urban design with keeping the gods on your side. Resource management takes the center stage as you construct aqueducts, dams, and intricate supply chains to keep your citizens thriving, all while facing shifting weather and the occasional natural disaster. Temples will give you access to divine favor or maybe suffer divine punishment, depending on how well you manage the god's demands. Then Nova Roma will hit you with its dynamic water systems, layered logistics, and constant back and forth with the gods, so hopefully it'll offer a different flavor of city building compared to most others out there. It's also the next project from the team behind Kingdoms and Castles, so it might look a bit familiar, but they're clearly going for bigger and deeper this time around. So if balancing expansion, infrastructure, and divine politics sounds like your kind of game, and you've been missing that classic Caesar vibe, then Nova Roma will definitely belong on your wishlist, where it's coming out to PC sometime this year. Then next up on the list, if you're looking for a game that's basically Magical Zoo Tycoon, then Fantastic Haven might be right up your alley. Magic's fading, technology's taking over, and the locals have decided that the best way to cope is by hunting down every last mythical creature. That's where you step in. As one of the elders, you're in charge of restoring balance by saving endangered species and convincing people to live alongside them instead of just stabbing them. You'll choose a starting region, each with its own quirks and challenges, then build up a refuge that doubles as a shelter and research hub. Your mages will go out exploring, uncovering points of interest, recovering injured creatures, and negotiating with some not-so-friendly populations. Then every creature you bring back needs proper care, so quarantine, and then you need to find a suitable biome that matches its needs. Once you get it healthy enough, you'll then eventually reintroduce it into the wild, gradually restoring magic to the land. It's coming soon to PC sometime in September, with the demo out now, so Fantastic Haven is for those who want a chilled out city building creature collector game filled with light-hearted charm. Then for something a little darker, if you want a survival strategy game set on Earth's neighbor, then Dark Moon might be the game for you. Lights have gone out on the lunar surface, and now it's your job to traverse the cold landscape, manage your crew and resources, and hopefully try and make contact with Earth. However, the sun is a bit too dangerous to get that close, so you'll need to avoid it at all costs. Staying in the dark, trying to find a safe place with your little moon spider base thing, which you'll need to upgrade as you go. And because there's survival thrown in, you also need to make tough decisions to keep your crew alive. It's coming out sometime this year for PC, but I don't know, Dark Moon looks like it could be a very interesting game to play, especially if you love space-based management games. During my coverage of the Steam Next Fest, I also sunk quite a few hours into the demo for All Will Fall, an upcoming physics-driven survival colony sim that hooked me in more than I thought it would. In the game, the world is drowning beneath a rising ocean. You're leading a handful of survivors clinging to a rusty boat until you stumble across a patch of land just sturdy enough to build on. From there, it's city building and colony sim management, one step or one loosely built structure at a time. Think Raft meets Frostpunk, where you'll be scavenging for wood, junk, and food, and then slowly upgrading your base bit by bit. The tide and the storms change where you can reach, tossing in clever twists that keep you thinking what's more important, more wood or not having your people drown. The visuals look great too, and I love just zooming in on survivors chatting by the fire, mostly complaining about food. It's launching later this year for PC, so All Will Fall is definitely one to watch if you love colony sims and city building games. After spending many hours in Timberborn, I've come to realize that having non-human based city builders can actually be a lot of fun, and Whiskerwood is looking to be the next one in line. This is a city builder where hard-working mice labor under the rule of their feline overlords, which sounds like a catastrophe waiting to happen. But just because cats are running the show doesn't mean that you'll be sleeping for most of the day, as Whiskerwood comes with tons of deep automation to help build up your feline empire. You'll venture to new islands, stack vertical cities, and weave together production chains to satisfy the cat's endless demands while keeping your little rodents happy. The problem is that space for building runs out fast, so you'll need to build upward or dig deep underground. And alongside resource juggling, you can also expect shifting climates and natural hazards to complicate things. And I must say, I am quite curious as to how the cat and mouse dynamic will play out. Coming out for PC sometime this year, Whiskerwood is also getting published by Hooded Horse, who always know which games are going to be hits. So if you enjoy Timberborn or any other management sim like this, Whiskerwood definitely needs your attention. When it comes to cyberpunk games, most involve shooting up the city or driving around like Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner. However, with Nivalis, it's a bit more laid back, and you'll be doing things like running your very own ramen noodle stand instead. The developers Ion Lands, the same folks behind Cloudpunk, wanted to expand on their neon-loving city gameplay, this time in the form of managing businesses and pimping out your apartment. Nivalis plays like a sim game where you'll be able to walk around in an almost open-world city, speaking with characters, buying and growing ingredients for your businesses, and just in general soaking up this voxel-based world. And I say nearly open world as yeah, unfortunately some parts will be blocked, but still, after playing tons of Cyberpunk 2077, I can't get enough of those neon-covered streets and weird futuristic environments. Coming soon to PC sometime this year, Nivalis is looking better and better the more updates they release. So if you're a fan of business management sims and want one that's a bit more engaging than simple point-and-click gameplay, then this needs to be on your wish list today. Now for a game I think everyone is looking forward to, it's Anno 117 Pax Romana, another title of the popular Anno series that also adds up to 9. This time around you've set sails for the shores of Rome. The demo is out now, I played it, and it is incredible. The city building slash economic tycoon slash I don't even know what else, because Anno always just gives you so much in their gameplay. You start off with a few resources, and then slowly you must build up your way to become the greatest Roman Empire the year 117 has ever seen. With that, there's a lot of mechanics that come together. There's your city that you're building up, diplomacies with different leaders, or even war when the time is right. It reminded me a lot of Pax Augusta, a similar Roman city builder that came out earlier this year, except yeah, this was from a single guy and Anno 117 is from a whole Ubisoft division, which might be good or bad. Now I'm quite the Anno newbie, but honestly the game does a great job at introducing mechanics that seem complicated but then just slowly builds onto them, so you don't feel too overwhelmed with what lies ahead. The graphics are amazing, but so is that soundtrack, as fans of the franchise will know that Anno does not skimp on their orchestral masterpieces. It's coming soon to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation on November 13th, where Anno 117 Pax Romana is for fans of management, city building, and tycoon genres. And if you're unsure, the small 100 gig demo gives you an hour of playtime, just the right amount of time to see if this game is worth it for you or not. But that wraps up my video. What did you think? Are there any games here that you are looking forward to? Let me know in the comments section below. And also I just want to say thank you to my channel members. You people always keep me going and motivated. Really means a lot. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games. And as always, don't stop gaming.